Did you know that the number of young people and adults using e-cigarettes as a relief for anxiety has skyrocketed in recent years? But does this device really solve the problem, or is it just creating a new trap? Today, we're uncovering the truth about the connection between anxiety and e-cigarettes. Spoiler, what you're about to hear might change your perspective forever. E-cigarettes emerged as a modern alternative to traditional cigarettes. With promises of less harm to health and a variety of appealing flavors, they particularly captivated younger audiences. At the same time, anxiety has become one of the most common mental health issues in the modern world. The connection between these two factors seems almost inevitable. But what many don't realize is that this relationship may be far more dangerous than it appears. Today, we're diving deep to uncover whether e-cigarettes truly help combat anxiety or if, in fact, they amplify its negative effects. Get ready for an in-depth exploration of this topic. Let's be honest, who hasn't looked for a quick fix to deal with anxiety? Rapid breathing, a racing heart, a mind full of worries. The promise of a device that calms you in seconds is tempting, isn't it? E-cigarettes entered the market with an air of modernity and convenience. But what do they truly offer? The vapor you inhale is loaded with nicotine, the same addictive substance found in traditional cigarettes. Nicotine has a stimulating effect that, paradoxically, also causes a fleeting sense of calm. However, that's only part of the story. The calming effect of nicotine is temporary, and before long, the user needs more to maintain the same sensation. This is where the cycle of dependence begins. There's also a social aspect to consider. Many people start using e-cigarettes due to peer influence or the illusion that they are harmless. But this masks the real dangers, creating a false sense of security. Another critical point is the normalization of use in social settings. Unlike traditional cigarettes, which face stricter restrictions, e-cigarettes are still seen as more acceptable, contributing to the rise in users and the deepening of dependency. Recent studies reveal that the relationship between e-cigarettes and anxiety is, at the very least, concerning. Contrary to popular belief, nicotine doesn't reduce anxiety levels in the long term. In fact, it can make them worse. Why? Nicotine interferes with dopamine levels in the brain, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. Initially, this might seem beneficial, but the brain quickly adapts. Over time, it becomes reliant on the substance to produce dopamine, leaving the user more vulnerable to stress and, you guessed it, anxiety. On top of that, science highlights another issue. E-cigarette devices often contain additional chemicals that can irritate the lungs and cause other adverse effects on the body. This means that beyond the impact on mental health, there's also harm to physical health. A recent study showed that teenagers who use e-cigarettes are more likely to develop mental health problems compared to those who have never used them. This directly challenges the idea that these devices are safe or a healthy alternative. Picture someone using e-cigarettes as an escape during moments of stress. At first, it seems to work. They feel a false sense of relief, but soon that effect fades, and the discomfort returns. So, they vape again. The cycle repeats, and before they know it, the user becomes dependent, not just on the nicotine, but also on the habit of using the device as an automatic response to stress. This cycle is even more dangerous because, in seeking immediate relief, the user avoids addressing the root of the problem. They train their mind to rely on an external stimulus to manage difficult emotions, making it even harder to find real, lasting solutions. What's most alarming is that this dependence doesn't solve the original problem. The anxiety doesn't go away. In fact, it can intensify. Studies show that people who use e-cigarettes are more likely to report severe symptoms of anxiety and depression. Additionally, physical dependence compounds psychological dependence, creating even greater barriers for those who want to quit. It's like being trapped in a maze with no exit, where every attempt at immediate relief leads you back to the same starting point. It's not just the mind that suffers. The body pays a steep price as well. Research shows that prolonged use of e-cigarettes can cause damage to the lungs, cardiovascular system, and even the immune system. Moreover, the connection between anxiety and physical health is undeniable. The more anxious you are, the more vulnerable your body becomes to illnesses and complications. In this scenario, e-cigarettes act as a catalyst, worsening the situation on multiple levels. Adverse effects on physical health also impact daily performance. Many users report excessive fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and even sleep problems. These factors create a vicious cycle, where declining physical health contributes to heightened anxiety. It's important to note that the side effects of e-cigarettes are still being studied, but the evidence so far points to significant risks. This includes respiratory and cardiovascular diseases that may develop over time, further amplifying the harm to a user's overall health. We live in a world where everything needs to be quick and instant. Solutions like e-cigarettes seem to fit perfectly into this fast-paced lifestyle. But the truth is, complex issues like anxiety require deep, long-term solutions, not temporary fixes. We are bombarded with aggressive marketing that associates e-cigarettes with a cool and trendy lifestyle. Combine that with the vulnerability of someone dealing with anxiety, and it creates a dangerous equation. Social pressure and natural curiosity also lead many to try e-cigarettes, believing that just once won't hurt. However, that one time can be the beginning of a hard-to-break habit. It's crucial to understand that we are shaped by our environment and the choices we make, and recognizing this is the first step to escaping this trap. The good news is that there are healthy and effective alternatives to managing anxiety. Therapy, meditation, physical activities, and even simple habits like getting enough sleep and eating a balanced diet can make a huge difference. Support programs and communities that help people quit e-cigarettes are also valuable options, helping thousands of individuals worldwide. Another effective strategy is to invest in self-awareness and learn to recognize the emotional triggers that lead to e-cigarette use. Once these moments are identified, healthier alternatives, such as breathing exercises or mindfulness techniques, can be implemented to manage them. Don't underestimate the power of a support network either. Talking to friends, family, or a healthcare professional could be the missing step to starting this transformative journey. What do you want for your future? To remain trapped in a vicious cycle or to take the first step toward a more balanced, addiction-free life? Anxiety is something that can be treated and overcome, but e-cigarettes are not the solution. Reflect on the choices you make daily. Small changes can have a significant impact in the long run. Quitting e-cigarettes is not just about physical health, it's about mental and emotional well-being as well. By making this decision, you can also inspire those around you. Imagine the positive impact you could have on your community, contributing to a healthier, more mindful environment. The truth is, the solution to anxiety isn't in a device, it's within you. Face your fears, seek help, and trust that real relief comes from within. If you've made it this far, it's because you're ready for change. So, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this message. And don't forget, the next video is already on your screen. Let's build a lighter life together, free from addictions and full of achievements. See you there.